You've described the Black Lives Matter movement as a symbol of hate. You've shared a video of a man chanting white power to millions of your supporters. You've said that black professional athletes exercising their First Amendment rights should be fired. What do you say to Americans who say that kind of language from a president is contributing to a climate of hate and racial strife?
Well, you have to...
Not only in America, in Europe. I swear to Allah, when Donald Trump was president, more guys on the right wing, white dudes on the right wing at work, started coming out with their racism and bigotry. Donald Trump's racist language made it such that I could feel myself an increase in racism at my workplace in Europe, people citing Trump, and he kind of creates a culture where it is okay to be racist and okay to oppress black people. So not only in America, in the entire Western world. Let's continue.
Racial strife.
Well, you have to understand, the first time I ever heard of Black Lives Matter, they were chanting pigs in a blanket, talking about police. Pigs, talking about our police. Pigs in a blanket, fry them like bacon. I said, that's a horrible thing. And they were marching down the street. And that was my first glimpse of Black Lives Matter. I thought it was a terrible thing.
Sure, but what about police brutality? What about American police shooting black men just because they are black? You see, this is what the right wing does. They never want to solve the real issue. They gaslight the issues like they don't exist. And now what Trump is doing is he's blaming the victim. It's black people's fault because they protest a little bit too harshly. But the real issues, which is police brutality and racism, he doesn't even speak about it.
As far as my relationships with all people, I think I have great relationships with all people. I am the least racist person in this room.
But what do you say to
Muslim ban? He want to ban Muslims? So that's bullshit.
Americans who are concerned by that rhetoric?
I don't know. I don't know
videos?
what to say. I got criminal justice reform done and prison reform and opportunity zones. I took care of black colleges and universities. I don't know what to say. They can say anything. They can say anything. It makes me sad because I am the least racist person. I can't even see the audience because it's so dark, but I don't care who's in the audience. I'm the least racist person in this room.
Okay, Vice President Biden, let me
That's
ask
bullshit.
you very quickly, and then I
That's
have a follow-up
bullshit.
question for you.
Abraham Lincoln here is one of the most racist presidents we've had in modern history. He pours fuel on every single racist fire.
Yeah.
Every single one. Started off his campaign coming down the escalator saying he's going to get rid of those Mexican rapists. He's banned Muslims because they're Muslims. He has moved around and made everything worse across the board. He says about the poor boys, last time we were on stage here, he said, I told them to stand down and stand ready. Come on. This guy is a dog whistle about as big as a foghorn.
President Trump, I'm going to give you 10 seconds to respond.
I agree with Biden, and if you are the president of the United States, all the European nation will look at you and follow your lead. And when a president talks like Trump does, he gives all of those bigoted people in Europe an excuse to be racist, homophobic, Islamophobic. So yes, during Donald Trump, far-right fascism exploded. I would, to a certain degree, blame the far-right trends in Europe to Donald Trump, because all of them like Donald Trump. So yeah, Biden is right.
I have a follow-up.
You made a reference to Abraham Lincoln. Where did that come in?
You said
where
you're
did that-
Abraham
No,
Lincoln.
where did that? No.
You said-
I said not since Abraham Lincoln has anybody done what I've done for the black community.
And I'm
I
saying-
didn't say I'm Abraham Lincoln. I said not since Abraham Lincoln has anybody done what I've done for the black community. Now,
But that's not true, because Donald Trump lowered taxes for the rich and black people in the US, just like black people here in Netherlands and black people in Sweden and black people everywhere are at the lowest end of the socioeconomic class spectrum. So lowering taxes for the rich doesn't solve issues like health care, high crime rates, and all of those social issues. He did nothing for black people, and he made things worse for them. And now I saw a suggestion by Donald Trump that he wants to execute criminals in America that have been incarcerated because of drugs. Now that's black men. So Donald Trump wants to execute black men in the prisons. That's straight fascism. That's 100% straight fascism.
You have done nothing other than the crime bill.
That's
which
not
put
true.
Oh God.
Tens of
I mean,
thousands
Biden is not a socialist type of president. So there is still high income inequality, a Gini of 41% in the United States. But any Democrat president will do policy that is better for black people than Donald Trump.
black men mostly in jail.
All right, let me-
And you know
let me
what?
ask-
But
let
you
me
want to
ask
execute
Vice
them.
Because if
President
you look
Biden
at
a
what's
question.
happening with the voting right now,
Let me ask
they
Vice
remember
President
that
Biden
you treated them
about-
very, very badly.
Did-
Just take a look at what's happening out there.
Vice
Typical right wing. They do nothing except keep the status quo there, make the rich richer, and then they blame other people. So right wing rhetoric is all about shifting the blame and never solving the real societal issues. Like Trump does, he sort of blames Biden for the stuff that he does. You know what the right-wing fascists do in Sweden? They blame me for being a racist because I speak out against racism, so they sort of accuse me that I'm somehow racist against white people. And by that, they completely gaslight and take attention away from the real issues of 20% unemployment in the black community in Sweden, high crime rates among blacks, and increased racism and hate crimes, and all those things that lower salary levels for black people compared to white people in Sweden and so on. You have the same everywhere. You have the same in the United States. So they sort of accuse you of stuff that they themselves do. So Trump is a racist. That's my opinion on Biden and Trump. And I would select Biden any day of the week over Trump. Then I think that there might also be better alternatives as president than Joe Biden. But I would select him any day of the week over Trump, just based on the simple notion that Trump is actually racist. Hopefully this is clear.